Can a $20 upgrade really make your home look more expensive? Most people think you need thousands of dollars to boost your home's value. New floors, fancy furniture, full renovations, that's what we usually hear. But what if I told you that some of the biggest changes I made were actually the cheapest? I didn't tear down walls or hire expensive contractors. I simply made 5 smart, budget-friendly upgrades that made a huge difference. These are small changes, yes, but they had a big impact. Not just on how the home looked, but how it felt, and how buyers reacted. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I did, how much it cost, and why each upgrade worked. Whether you're getting ready to sell your home or just want it to feel more valuable and fresh, these ideas are easy to do and totally worth it. Let's get started with the first one. It might just be the cheapest trick on the list. Boost first impressions instantly. Painted the front door. Let's talk about first impressions. When someone walks up to your home, whether it's a guest or a potential buyer, the first thing they see is your front door. And let me tell you, mine used to look tired. The paint was chipped, the color was faded, and honestly, it made the whole house feel kind of forgotten. I didn't want to replace the whole door. That would have cost hundreds. So instead, I went to the hardware store, grabbed a quart of high-quality exterior paint for just under $40, and gave the door a fresh, bold new look. And wow, what a difference. I went with a deep, charcoal black. Why? Because black front doors actually have a reputation for adding perceived value. According to real estate studies, homes with black front doors can sell for thousands more compared to similar homes. It's one of those little things that feels luxurious, even when it's super affordable. But you don't have to go with black. Bright, welcoming colors like navy blue, rich red, or even a pop of yellow can work wonders too. Especially if your home's exterior is more neutral. The key is contrast. You want the door to stand out just enough to catch attention, but not so much that it feels out of place. It only took a couple of hours on a weekend to do. I cleaned the surface, sanded it lightly, taped off the edges, and applied 2 coats of paint. That's it. No fancy tools, no professional help, just a brush, a roller, and some patience. And here's the best part. Once the door was dry and back in place, people noticed. Neighbors complimented it. Friends asked if I had done anything else to the house. It set the tone for the entire entryway and made the whole space feel updated and intentional. This upgrade didn't just improve the look, it also gave the impression that the home was well maintained and cared for. That's something buyers always pick up on. So if your front door is looking dull or outdated, don't underestimate the power of a little paint. For less than $40 and a few hours of your time, you can completely transform the first impression your home gives. And that's a serious win when it comes to boosting value. Let's move on to the next upgrade. It's all about lighting, and it might be the most underrated trick of all. Light equals luxury. Switch to stylish light fixtures. Let's be honest, outdated lighting can ruin the entire vibe of a room. You might have beautiful furniture or fresh paint, but if your light fixtures are old, yellowed, or just plain boring, the whole space feels stuck in the past. That's exactly what I noticed in my home. The ceiling lights were basic builder-grade ones, dull and cheap-looking. So I decided to upgrade, and I did it for way less than you'd expect. I started browsing online and found tons of modern, stylish light fixtures for under $50. I'm talking black matte finishes, warm gold tones, and simple but elegant designs that looked way more expensive than they were. You don't need to spend a fortune, just choose something that matches your space and gives off that clean, modern look. I replaced the main light in my entryway first, and the effect was immediate. The space felt brighter, more welcoming, and honestly, more expensive. Then I swapped out a few more fixtures in the hallway and kitchen, and suddenly, the whole house felt updated, even though I hadn't touched the walls or floors. One important thing I kept in mind was the color temperature of the bulbs. I went with soft white LEDs instead of harsh cool tones. It made every room feel warmer and more comfortable, which buyers and guests really appreciate. Here's the best part: installing new fixtures is easier than it looks. If you're comfortable with a screwdriver and know how to turn off the power, you can probably do it yourself. Or hire someone for a quick install and still keep the cost low. In the end, these small lighting swaps made a big impact. They didn't just improve how the space looked, they changed how it felt. It went from dull and outdated to fresh and luxurious, all for a price that didn't hurt my wallet. If you want a quick way to modernize your space and impress buyers, upgrading your lighting is the way to go. Next up, one of the smallest and cheapest changes I made, and it totally transformed my kitchen. Small touch, big impact. Change cabinet handles and door knobs. Here's a secret: you don't need to replace your kitchen or bathroom cabinets to make them look brand new. Sometimes it's the smallest details that make the biggest difference, and for me, that was the hardware. My cabinets were in decent shape. No cracks or damage, just outdated handles that screamed. Early 2000s. They were round, shiny, and honestly kind of boring. I wanted something modern and clean, but without spending hundreds on new cabinetry. So, I went online and started browsing cabinet handles and door knobs. I was shocked by how many stylish options there were at super low prices. I found sleek matte black pulls, brushed gold handles, and even some trendy mixed metal designs, all for around $2 to $3 each. I ordered a full set for my kitchen and bathrooms, and the total came to less than $60. Swapping them out was easy. I just used a screwdriver and replaced them one by one. No drilling, no mess, just a quick refresh that took maybe an hour. But the effect? It was instant. My kitchen looked like it got a mini makeover. The new hardware gave it that modern, high-end feel, and it tied everything together. Even the old cabinets looked better. In the bathroom, the updated knobs made the space feel more polished and intentional. What I love about this upgrade is how customizable it is. You can go bold with gold, keep it classy with chrome, or go minimal with black or brushed nickel. Whatever your style, there's hardware out there that fits, and it won't break the bank. Buyers also notice these little things. When they open drawers and feel quality handles, it gives the impression that the whole home is well cared for and thoughtfully designed. So if you're looking for a fast, affordable upgrade that delivers major style points, start with your cabinet handles and door knobs. It's a small touch, but it makes a big impact. Next, let's head back to the kitchen for a clever upgrade that looks expensive but costs almost nothing. A clean look sells. Added peel and stick backsplash. When it comes to kitchens, buyers love a clean and modern look. But let's be real, remodeling a kitchen can get expensive fast. I didn't have the budget for new countertops or fancy tile work. So instead, I tried something simple, peel and stick backsplash. And honestly, I was surprised by how good it looked. For less than $30, I bought a set of peel and stick tiles online. There are tons of styles to choose from: subway tile, marble look, mosaic, you name it. I picked a classic white subway tile design to keep it clean and timeless. Installation was super easy. I wiped down the wall, measured the space, and started sticking the tiles up one by one. No glue, no grout, no tools. It took me about an hour to finish the space behind my stove and sink. And once it was done, the entire kitchen felt brighter, newer, and more stylish. Here's the thing: kitchens sell homes. And when someone walks in and sees a modern, updated backsplash, it sends a message: this home is cared for. It feels clean. It feels fresh. Even though the upgrade was small, it completely changed the feel of the room. The best part? If I ever want to switch it up or upgrade to real tile in the future, I can just peel it off. But for now, it looks great, and most people can't even tell it's not real tile. If your kitchen walls are plain, stained, or just boring, peel and stick backsplash is a game changer. It's cheap, it's easy, and it adds a polished look that buyers notice right away. Next, I'll share the final upgrade that helped boost my home's value, without even going inside the house. Curb appeal for pennies. Simple landscaping touches. They say first impressions matter, and that starts before anyone even walks through the door. If the outside of your house looks messy or forgotten, it can turn people off fast. That's why I decided to spend a little time and money on something that made a big difference: basic landscaping. I didn't go all out with new sod or fancy garden beds. Instead, I kept it simple and focused on the things that make a home look fresh and well cared for. I trimmed the bushes, pulled out the weeds, and added a few bags of fresh mulch to the front flower bed. I also picked up a couple of colorful potted plants and placed them by the front steps. In total, I spent about $60, and it completely changed the way my home looked from the street. Suddenly, everything felt more polished. The walkway looked cleaner, the plants added life, and the fresh mulch made the yard look professionally maintained. It didn't just look better, it felt more welcoming. And that's exactly what buyers notice. A neat, tidy yard sends the message that the entire home is taken care of. It builds trust before they even open the front door. This kind of upgrade doesn't take a lot of skill or time. You can do it in a single afternoon. Just focus on removing clutter, adding a bit of color, and keeping things clean and trimmed. Whether you're getting ready to sell or just want to make your home feel more valuable, don't underestimate curb appeal. It's one of the easiest, cheapest ways to boost your home's overall impression. Now that you've seen all 5 upgrades, let's do a quick recap, and I'll share how much these changes really paid off in the end. Quick recap plus final thoughts. Let's take a quick look back at the 5 upgrades that made a real difference in my home, and didn't break the bank. First up, I painted the front door. That simple $40 can of paint changed everything. The old, faded door had no personality, but once I painted it black, it instantly looked modern and bold. The entire entryway felt upgraded. That first impression matters, and this small change made the house look more valuable before you even walked in. Second, I swapped out outdated light fixtures. This one surprised me. I found modern, designer-looking lights online for under $50 each. Replacing those old, boring fixtures gave every room a fresh feel. The warm lighting made the space feel cozy and more expensive. Plus, lighting is one of those things buyers notice without even realizing it. Third, I replaced cabinet handles and doorknobs. You'd think it wouldn't make much of a difference, but it totally did. The old handles looked cheap and worn out. For less than $60 total, I added sleek, matte black hardware to my kitchen and bathroom cabinets, and suddenly, they looked custom and new. No renovations needed. Fourth, I added a peel and stick backsplash in the kitchen. This was one of the easiest projects with the biggest visual payoff. I spent less than $30 on faux subway tiles, stuck them right over the old paint, and that was it. The kitchen instantly looked cleaner and more updated. Even guests were surprised it wasn't real tile. Finally, I focused on curb appeal with simple landscaping. A few potted plants, a couple of bags of mulch, and some basic trimming made the front yard look fresh and inviting. It only cost me around $60, but it gave off the impression that the whole home was well maintained and ready to move in. The best part? Every single one of these upgrades was DIY friendly, affordable, and stress-free. No big renovations. No hiring contractors. Just smart, simple changes that added real value and made my home stand out. If you're thinking about selling, or even if you just want to enjoy your space more, start small. These little upgrades prove you don't need a big budget to make your home look better and feel more valuable. A few smart choices can go a long way. Now that you've seen all 5 upgrades, I want to hear from you. Which one would you try first? Would you start with the front door? Swap out some light fixtures? Or maybe add that peel and stick backsplash? Drop your favorite upgrade in the comments below. I'd love to know which idea inspired you the most, or if you've already tried one of these at home. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like. It really helps the channel grow and tells me to keep making content like this. And if you're into budget-friendly home tips, easy DIY projects, and smart ways to add value to your space, make sure to subscribe. New videos are coming soon. Also, share this video with a friend or family member who's thinking about upgrading their home. Sometimes, just a few small changes can make a big difference. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.